a stone throw. This is an ancient Abedian language, and they worship different gods like Allah, Al-Uzza, and Manat. This is in the second movie. These are the pagan gods of Islam, and what's name's Allah's daughters. And they say, well, Allah can't have a son. Well, Allah has 3 daughters. In the Quran, it says they're supposed to worship. So you have idols, and here's one of them right here. Here's one of them right here, and you'll see another idol where one eye is closed, one eye is open. The God of the Arabs, Qos Allah, or Dushara, or Qos, K-A-U-S, Q-O-S, the God of the Arabs, the God of the Edomites with Roman influence, and the blood ties of the Egyptians also goes back to the Wajid, Egyptian eye, aka the eye of Ra. The Ra in Hebrew, Ra means evil, or the eye of Horus in Jewish Hollywood God. The Arabs, they have the all-seeing eye. If you go to Arabia, they have all this all over the place. And one eye is bulging, one eye is open, and you know, you get the swastika, you got the all-seeing eye in the pyramid, the back of the dollar bill, you got the owl. So these guys have the DNA of the Arabs, and they have the DNA of European people on the maternal side, but they call themselves the Mozabites too. So Esau has crept in to North Africa. So although the black people call themselves Mozabites, these people call themselves Mozabites too, but they have the DNA of Esau in them. And their maternal DNA comes from Japhetic brothers from north of the Mediterranean Sea. And so when you look at Esau in the pot, and you see he's hairy, you got hair in his chest, hair in his arms. That's why people think the white man's Esau. You have Esau makes up the Hebrew letters Ayin, Shin, and Vav. Ayin means to watch, to know, to see, similar to the all-seeing eye, esoteric knowledge, the illuminated ones. Paleo-Hebrew for the 21st letter Shin means to eat, devour, or destroy. To bite, to press, or to teeth. Some people say that Shiva, the destroyer in Hindu pantheon or Hinduism, is basically the equivalent of Satan. The Paleo-Hebrew symbol for the 6th Hebrew letter Vav is to secure, to hook. In some instances, in terms of the Ashkenazi Jews and the Talmudic Jews and the Pharisees and these guys, they say that also is linked up to mankind or man. That's Revelation 13:18. So you kind of put them all together. It means to watch and destroy and devour mankind. And even though I know we can't hear. I'm just going to show you this real quick. Get an idea of what's going on. This is over. I might be able to say this real quick.
The question is, in my opinion, how does Dajjal communicate and give orders to his followers? At the very end of the Quran, Allah warns us about Alladhi yuwaswisu fi. The question
comes the Dajjal, the Antichrist.
Okay, so maybe I can get to work tomorrow, but it shows you basically pictures of celebrities covering their eye. I mean, from Power, Tommy, and whatever that girl's name is, the black girl that's Ghost's wife.
Tasha.
They're all doing this. Even Little Nas, the country singer black guy, that's homosexual. He's doing this too. Even Usain Bolt and Malik Yoba and the guy, the British London guy Idris Elba and others, they're doing it. You guys work?
The question is, in my opinion.
Okay. All right. So. Okay, there we go. All right, so if anybody came to the Hebrew conference in July, who all was at the Hebrew conference? Okay, so if you were there that day, we were talking about this. So you look at Star Trek, you see everybody's the Star Trek symbols on the eye. Why is it on the eye? You You look at different movies, you see that the eye is always the focus of attention. Time magazine is owned by the Jews. You look at Terminator, you look at the Hulk, you look at Iron Man, you look at Queen, you look at Batman and Robin, the Versus of Steel, Transformers. The eye is always the center. Look at Madonna. Look at, what's this guy's name? Chad? The guy that did Black Panther? Yeah, everybody loves him. He did Black Panther, made billions of dollars. But why is he wearing a crown of thorns like Christ? He's covering his left eye. Why is he doing that? Exhibit, Idris Elba. Why would he want to put a flower by his right eye? Why? What's the purpose? Tommy, and whatever her name is, you know. Tasha. We watch it on TV, we love it. On Sunday, like, I watch Power. Look at this. Why are they doing that? They got these two fingers just over the eye. Madonna as well. Usain Bolt, Kanye West is doing it. Mason's doing it. Talib, Birthright of Israel, has the all-seeing eye. You see the all-seeing eye in different places in Saudi Arabia as well. All right? Ebony Magazine, Essence Magazine, your black magazines, they're also a part of the agenda. They worship the God of Hollywood. All right? They didn't do this because they want, and the crazy thing is that Kanye West he's going around doing like services, talking about Jesus. He has the book of Jesus and all sort of stuff, but he's doing this. So he's confused. So the book says, as Second Ezra says, Esau's the end of the road, Jacob's the beginning. According to Jewish Encyclopedia, Edom is a modern Jewry. And H.G. Wells says in his book that millenniums ago, the Edomites became Jews, they became known as Jews. And he says that these Idumeans joined with a Turkish people of southern Russia, the Khazars, who also became Jews. If you look at the DNA, you'll see the DNA of Esau in them, the Ashkenazis. And then if you go to the Sephardic Jews, you'll see that as well. Naturally, the Uzbeks, they don't really have the DNA of Esau, but somehow the Ashkenazi Jews and the Sephardic Jews have it in them. These are other DNA types that you'll see in the Uzbek people. Right here, and then if you go Sephardic Jews, maternal DNA, this is the DNA of, a lot of people say, of the Neanderthal man, or the Horites, or the pre-flood man. They don't understand that everything else is all European. All right, I'm going to skip a little further. So when you look at the Ashkenazi Jews, their DNA, along with the Sephardic Jews, are right in the middle. Because the Ashkenazi Jews are a mixture of now they're a mixture of Turkic people from Central Asia, like the Arabs. And since they've mixed now with people in Western Europe, Eastern Europe, like France and Spain, and all these other countries in Europe, they have a bloodline mix of Japhet on all sides. If you look at the Galilean Jews people, they've been in Israel for a while. But they have the DNA of what they call the Neanderthal DNA. And the Jewish people also, when you check their DNA, it's not just one, but they have the DNA of Greece, Macedonia, Bulgaria, Albania, Norway, Sweden, Esau, J2, the Central Asian Turks, Greece, and they also have the DNA of the Australian Aborigines seen in their bloodline, just trickling real small. Why is that? You look at their maternal DNA from the mother, the people that birthed them, and you'll see that all their DNA corresponds to European women. The same DNA they have in European women, not African, European women. And so this is the Polynesia, this is basically Pacific Islands, the Cape. You'll see in Australian Aborigines and Papua New Guinea, right here. But the Jewish people have it in their DNA. So why does a small segment of the Jewish people in Israel, in Lebanon, have the DNA of people that have K, and then eventually MS? It's interesting because when you look at the X2, you see that it's also found in the caves in Israel, in Galilee, Israel. They dug up the bones and the skeletons in the caves of Israel, and they found this DNA X2 that the Jewish people have, but it's also seen in some select Native American Indians and some people in the Pacific Islands. But it's also seen in the Arab Egyptians, the Ashkenazi Jews, and Greeks. And the Sumerian people, which live right here. The Sumerian people are Caucasian, Turkish people of Japhetic descent. They're the ancestors of the Jews, the white Arabs, the people we see in Europe. Also Turkmenistan, Central Asia, the fathers of the Arabs that speak Arabic and they practice Islam. Home of the Khazars and the Turks. And the Tatars. Wayne State used to be called the Wayne State Tatars. Then they changed the Warriors. The Tatars are Turkic people. They had their own dialect and language. But eventually, now these guys speak Hebrew and they speak Arabic. but they all came from the same place. If you look at DNA, I study DNA because it really breaks down a lot of stuff. And so the Jews that say that we are Cohenites, we're a rabbinical family that goes back many, many, many years, but they had the DNA of Esau in them. They had the DNA of the Scythians, Gog and Magog, Gomer and Magog, Thraco, Semiramis, Ukraine. These guys are not Jews. They're not Israelites. And so you'll see, like we went over, the DNA of Esau in Russia, the Russian Jews, they have the same DNA as people in Russia, but they say they're Jews. How can they be Jews and also be descendants of Japheth? If the Jews were a set apart people. The Israelites weren't the sons of Japheth, they were the sons of Jacob. And so we look at, even when you look at the people in Iraq, we think that Iraqi people are the real Babylonians. We think that the people in Iran are the real Persians. We say, oh, Iran's about to attack Israel, they're about to attack the United States of America. That's biblical prophecy. But is the white Arabs in Iran really the descendants of the ancient Persians? Are the people living in the land of Shem really the Shemites? Or are the Japhetites or Edomites? If you look at the Iraqi DNA project, and they tested different Iraqis, they find that they had the DNA of the Australian Aborigines, the DNA of the Pygmy tribes in the Congo, the Central African Republic, in Uganda, the DNA of the Andaman Islanders. Did anybody know who the Andaman people are? The Andaman Islanders? The Christian guy went to the island, he tried to convert to Christianity, and they shot him with arrows, and they're very, very, very dark. Yeah. So, why would the DNA of these guys be in Iraq, in Babylon? Babel, Erech, Chaldea, Basra, Mosul, all these different places in Iraq. Why would it be there? Funny thing is, I had a friend, he was from Tallahassee, and he was in the army, and he was stationed in Iraq, and he had his army gear on, and he was talking to a local, but he said the local spoke Aramaic. And I said, well, was he an Arab? And he was like, I don't know. I said, well, most Iraqi Arabs or Muslims speak Arabic, but Chaldeans are from Iraq, but they speak what language? They speak Aramaic. Chaldeans know how to speak Aramaic. You ask them how to say Jehovah or the Lord, and what are they going to say? Yahuwah. Yahuwah. That's what they're going to say. And he said, what does that mean? I don't know. It's just, that's how you say it. He said, how do you say Jesus? They say Esau or Yeshua, depending on how the person asks, or the Arabs may say Isa. The Ethiopian Jews say Isis. We say Yahusha. Some people say Yahushua. But anyway, why would the DNA of these Australian Aborigines be seen in Iraq? I mean, the Iraqi people are not flying to Australia to get a woman, an Australian Aborigine woman, because the only way this could be possible is they were from Australia and they had some children with some, white women, and they just happen to have the DNA of the Australian Aborigines in them. But the DNA of why DNA C is primarily seen in these people right here. If you go back to the root, these people have the Y-DNA C across the board, all of them. So in the Bible, and they have the history too, where they come from. Just like the people of Fiji, Samoa, Cook Island, New Zealand, Hawaii, they have a history. Papua New Guinea, they have a history. In 2 Kings, it says that the 9th year of King Hosea of Samaria, he took Samaria, northern Israel, and he carried away Israel into Assyria and placed them in Halah and Habor by the river Gozan and in the city of the Medes. In order to get to the city of the Medes, you have to go through Babylon. You have to go through Iraq to get to Iran. Now, you see the history, you see the people right here. Who are these people right here? Where are they from? Are these Africans?